Hi, I'm Will DeBost from SenseThat. In this Power BI retail analysis solution, we give global retail managers a 360-degree view of their year-to-date sales with the ability to quickly spot well or bad performing stores and with a clear picture of the product sales that underlie that performance. On the overview dashboard, as a manager, you can get a clear high-level view of your sales performance by region and by country, with the number of stores, the sales year-to-date, and versus prior year-to-date. You can also spot your top 5 and bottom 5 performing stores in versus prior year-to-date. You can get a more focused overview by using the slicers for region, country, and product category. For example, seeing the poor performance in North America down 15% in versus prior year-to-date, you can type in North America in the region filter. You now have the updated top 5 and bottom 5 stores and year-over-year trend for North America. The next tab in our solution lets you, or an analyst from your team, begin to drill down to a specific store you want to review in detail. Here we start with the regions and countries, along with the complete list of sales KPIs: sales year-to-date, sales as a percentage of grand total, versus prior year-to-date, sales per square meter, and sales per FTE. You can rank these tables by any of the KPIs, using the slicer on the right. You can also decide whether you want this ranking to be from top to bottom or bottom to top. Let's now go through a drill down process to make this more concrete. Let's do a versus prior year-to-date analysis and rank from bottom to top to spot the worst performers. At a regional level, we see that North America and Europe are down. Now let's imagine that we're aware of the downturn in North American sales because of a negative shock in the US, and instead we want to make better sense of what's going on in Europe, where we have 54 stores across numerous countries. We can drill down into Europe using the slicer on the right. Notice how the dynamic title at the top adjusts to your filter selection, so you're always 100% clear about what you're looking at. Looking now at the country level, we see that Poland and the Netherlands are the worst performers, with sales down 17% in versus prior year-to-date. However, they are both small markets with a single store in each country, whereas the UK, the third worst performing market in Europe, has 15 stores and represents close to 4% of global sales. Clearly, it stands out as a market you need to address. Moving on to the next tab, we can continue our drill down by making the same analysis at the city and store level, filtering directly to the UK in the country slicer, and ranking our tables by versus prior year-to-date from bottom to top. Here we see the worst performing city by far is Glasgow, and we can drill down to Glasgow using the city slicer. The city of Glasgow happens to have a single store, the Contoso Glasgow store. Now that we've identified this bad performing store, we want to understand which products are causing or contributing to this drop in sales in versus prior year-to-date. The final tab in our solution, the Store Performance Dashboard, is meant exactly for that, providing a clear view of product sales performance for a specific store. Here we want to analyze the Glasgow store, and we can enter the store name in this slicer. We can now see its product sales performance for all of the product hierarchies: classes, categories, brands, and SKUs. Just like we did when drilling down to this specific location, we can rank our product hierarchies by versus prior year-to-date and from bottom to top. So again, we can see the worst performers, but this time by products. We can immediately spot that regular products, which are more than half of sales, are the worst performing product class, and we can drill down to regular products using this class slicer. Looking at product categories now, we can see that cameras and camcorders, as well as computers, represent a much more important share of sales than cell phones or audio, for example, and are therefore a much more urgent issue. You can continue your drill down using the category and brand slicers until you have a list of SKUs that need to be addressed, by cutting orders or offering a discount, for example. As you may have noticed when we entered the Glasgow store in the store slicer, the store's information appeared in these fields. We can take action right away by calling the store manager and having an informed discussion with a clear view of this store's product sales and their performance right in front of our eyes. Using this Power BI retail analysis solution, as a retailer you can quickly spot problems or opportunities for improvement, drilling down from global to store level all the way to the SKUs in a specific store. You can go from insight to action by contacting the store manager and make quicker, better decisions with much more confidence. Thank you for watching.